When I tell y'all it's a dog-eat-dog world in Hollywood, believe me, nothing could have prepared you for the insanity between Diddy and Young Miami. Diddy has been in hot water since November, and everyone thought Young Miami would turn on him and snitch. But Diddy flipped the script and snitched on her, sending her into a panic because she knows it's game over. According to CNN, there are plans for a grand jury to possibly indict Diddy based on numerous accusations and lawsuits filed in recent months. We're talking about 8 different people accusing Diddy of serious sexual assault incidents allegedly going back as far as the early 90s. If found guilty, Diddy is looking at a very long prison sentence. Allegedly, he's trying to work out a deal to name his accomplices in order to get a shorter sentence, which is why Young Miami is in panic mode. The internet has been buzzing with speculation that Miami might have been a victim herself, but Diddy is calling BS, claiming she was a willing participant in everything. Diddy knows he's going down and is determined to drag Miami down with him. With all this coming out, Diddy isn't the only one facing backlash. Miami has also been under fire, with fans questioning why she stuck by Diddy, knowing the type of person he was according to all these lawsuits. Everyone in Diddy's inner circle supposedly knew what he was like, so there's no way Miami didn't know. Adding fuel to the fire, fans played detective and dug up an old tweet from Young Miami, further complicating her situation. The tweet and the ongoing revelations have left fans and observers in shock, wondering how much deeper this scandal will go and who else might get caught up in it. This Hollywood saga is unfolding with more twists and turns than anyone expected, and it's clear that the fallout is far from over. Keep your eyes peeled because this story is only going to get crazier. Y'all remember how Young Miami used to go back and forth with Diddy's other side piece, Gina Hoyne. Miami was determined to prove she was superior to Gina and that Diddy liked her better, leading to some messy showdowns between them on social media. During one of those exchanges, Miami made some nasty comments about Gina that almost sounded like threats, suggesting she'd make Diddy force Gina into some wild, freaky situation. Miami said, "If I wanted you to eat my pee, Diddy would have had you on your knees. Gina, you've been down bad ever since I came into the picture. You've been crying for a baby for 10 years. You've been around as a bee that eats P and D when he feels like it. You're the same bee that was crying on Tasha K because you wanted a baby. Poor Sushi." Looking back, Miami's words seemed like she was threatening to force Gina into a freak-off. Now that we know more about Diddy's alleged behavior, her comments got dragged, and she started crashing alongside Diddy. What made things worse was when Gina sat down with Tasha K and talked about how Diddy allegedly hurt her and put his hands on her when they were together.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice, but then after that, he started being
So when you say mean, describe it.
He was like always belittling me and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically. He took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, "You're gonna get a," and then I was like, "I don't know, I don't know yet." And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
Was
wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, "I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me."
Young Miami found herself in a tough spot amid Diddy's drama. Though fans speculated she was involved, no solid evidence emerged proving she was forcing other women into anything. If she was part of Diddy's antics, it was her choice as a grown woman. However, people began to think she knew more about Diddy's dirty deeds than she let on, especially when she distanced herself from him. This was before 4 lawsuits against Diddy surfaced, making everyone wonder if she had inside information. Then Diddy got hit with 3 more lawsuits from women accusing him of serious misconduct. His reputation plummeted quickly. In response, Young Miami made it clear she was done with Diddy, focusing on moving forward and distancing herself from his mess. She launched her Yams era, deleted all pictures of Diddy from her social media, and acted as if he never existed. However, it became evident she didn't abandon him due to the backlash, but because he stopped paying her monthly allowance. Miami has always been upfront about her financial motivations and left as soon as the money stopped flowing. According to a source, Diddy no longer pays Young Miami's bills, including private flights, shopping sprees, and the rent for a luxury Miami penthouse. He still bought her a Christmas gift but isn't as generous as before. The source added that Diddy isn't in a good place mentally and could really use someone like Kisha in his life, who genuinely cares about him, not just his money. Money is important, and if he wants her companionship, he has to start paying again. With Diddy's money train derailed and his reputation in tatters, Young Miami decided to jump ship. She probably thought distancing herself would make people forget how close they were, but it was too late for that. Homeland Security got involved, and it didn't take long for Young Miami to be exposed for allegedly moving substances for Diddy. Remember Lil Rod's lawsuit? Initially, it just mentioned Miami being at parties, nothing major. However, the updated lawsuit was much worse, claiming that Miami was allegedly one of Diddy's couriers. This explains why Miami was trying to play it cool and distance herself, but the streets don't forget, and neither does Diddy. Court documents revealed that Young Miami, Jade, and Daphne Joy were paid monthly to work as Mr. Combs' workers, with payments made via wire transfer from Robin Greenhill, outlining the defendant's ongoing criminal operation. The real juicy part was the claim that Miami allegedly transported substances for Diddy. According to the court documents, Plaintiff Jones personally witnessed Mr. Combs doing a few lines in his dressing room. When defendant seen Combs wanted to see some, but Brendan forgot it. Defendant Christina Coram called Young Miami, who then brought it on a private jet from Miami. The situation got more serious a few days ago when Miami unfollowed Diddy on all social media platforms, making it clear that she was completely done with him. Diddy is not taking it well. According to an insider, he is trying to drag her down with him and ensure that she faces charges just like him. Plans are allegedly in motion for a grand jury to possibly indict Diddy based on all the accusations and lawsuits he's been hit with, including incidents going back as far as the early 90s. Nearly 30 years of alleged bad behavior and misconduct. The statute of limitations might pose a challenge, but the mounting allegations suggest that Diddy's legal troubles are far from over. Young Miami's attempts to distance herself may have come too late, as both their names are now deeply entangled in a web of serious accusations. Federal investigators are gearing up to bring accusers of music mogul Diddy Combs before a federal grand jury. Sources tell CNN. The U.S. Department of Justice is reportedly moving towards seeking an indictment against Combs. Potential witnesses have been notified they may be called to testify in front of a federal grand jury in New York City, according to one source. This includes individuals who have filed civil lawsuits against Combs, marking a significant escalation in the government's investigation of the Bad Boy Records founder. According to an insider, Diddy plans to retaliate against those who have abandoned him, including Miami, by providing evidence to the feds that could implicate her as well. Despite her attempts to distance herself, it appears Miami's efforts won't be enough to protect her this time. The grand jury's involvement signals a critical phase in the ongoing probe, as federal charges could still be brought against Combs if an indictment is secured. Fans left comments saying she wasn't crying while she was living an evil life and exploiting others while she was with him, so she needs to take her downfall with the same energy as Young Miami aka Karisha was Diddy's prostitute. No wonder he paid her by giving her her own show, and also why she kept winning those podcast awards over the deservingly more qualified podcasters. It all makes sense now. Hard work my butt and not y'all. Being shocked that Young Miami is listed in court documents as Diddy's intimate worker. Yes, that's what it's called. You can call it trick, and to feel better. But if you're being paid for intimacy, that's what you are. Feel free to share your thoughts on this situation, and then take a look at the next video.